Foxhill, the Valley of Dreams, the home of VMXdN. This weekend, this circuit place hosts to a gathering unlike any other. Thousands will line the hillside to watch certified legends of the sport do battle once more. They'll shout, they'll cheer, and they'll listen to the sound of 40 screaming two-strokes echoing through the valley. This is VMXdN Foxhill, and we are here to capture all the action of the epic international team race. In this video, we'll be focusing on that international team event where Team GB will be looking to defend their crown against a hungry Team USA. But VMXdN Foxhill is more than just the team race. It's the Woodstock of two-stroke motocross. It's a celebration of dirt bike nostalgia unlike any other. And here, dirt bike legends are unleashed. The lineup seems to be getting better and better year after year here at Foxhill. So let's meet the teams that will be battling for glory this weekend. We've got Team GB, the reigning champions. They are led by Tommy Searle, the multi-time Vice World Champion and multi-time British Champion. He's backed up by Bad Brad Anderson. He's won British titles, he's won European titles, and he always steps up his game for Team GB. Rounding out the squad is Elliott Banks-Browne. He's also a former British champion. It's a strong lineup, but they'll have their hands full with this lot. For Team USA, we have the General Ryan Sipes, the current Canadian motocross champion Filthy Phil Nicoletti, and the wild card Christophe Pourcel, who's the 2006 MX2 World Champion and two-time East Coast Supercross champ. The crafty Frenchman does in fact hold a US passport, so he'll be riding for the red, white and blue this weekend. Next, there's a trio of rippers from Italy. They're led by the 2008 MX1 World Champion David Philippaerts. He's joined by the legend and three-time 125cc World Champion Alessio Chiodi, as well as the super fast Ivo Monticelli. Those are the three main teams that we need to watch out for, but there'll definitely be some wildcards in the mix as well, such as the 2004 MX2 World Champion Ben Townley representing the rest of the world team. Also watch out for friends of this channel such as Nev Bradshaw, Steve Clarke, Danny Mccanney, Josh Spinks and Glen Phillips. These are the contenders. Let's hear how they're feeling before the gate drop. First of all, Phil, congratulations. We've got a champ in the house. We're rolling into VMXdN Foxhill on a high. Momentum's on your side. So are you coming here with big expectations?
Momentum looks like you could swan dive here really quick. So no, I obviously a racer at heart, but I've had many people remind me this is just supposed to be fun. Don't have any meltdowns. You know, I'm riding a decent bike. You know that Doc Wobb's built for me and the crew over there. And yeah, I don't know what to expect. I mean, the track looks kind of gnarly for an 02 YZ250. Yeah. So breaks a little bit, but again, it should be fun.
Ben, it's your first time at this event. Do you know what to expect?
Well, do a bit of racing on a two-stroke. That's the first thing I know, and I'm shocked at how big it is. I've just rolled in, and there's just people everywhere. It's massive. It feels like we're at a festival. Yeah. Back again for the third year in the row. You must love this event, right?
Yes, I love so much. So when I was here at the first edition for me, that was really exciting. I not expect the event was big like this, and I'm really happy to be back again.
So let's stand to attention for General Sipes. Ryan Sipes, an honour to have you over here. Do you know what you've got yourself wrapped into here for VMXdN Foxhill this weekend?
I have a feeling no. I've watched a lot of videos, but already just looking at the track in person is different than watching on video, you know, as it always is. But I'm just stoked to be here. Everybody seems like this is a good, fun weekend. It seems like everybody's here for a good time, and bike looks great. I'm going to go test later, so I'm excited.
Do you know what to expect from this event?
What to expect? I mean, just to have fun for sure with everyone here. I'm happy to be in England, first time here for me, so with all the guys. They came for me, so I'm just happy to be with you guys.
Reigning champions are Team GB, so are you feeling the pressure coming into the race this weekend?
I wouldn't say there's pressure, but to win it the third time would be really nice. There's some hell of a good riders coming here this year, like what didn't come last year in the new arrivals, so it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully our names is in the mix, mine and Tommy's and Elliott, so we just have to be consistent as three riders, and hopefully we can do it again.
I guess it puts on a little bit of pressure. You know, we're at the end of the day, it's a fun weekend, and it's the whole atmosphere about this place is just unbelievable. So it does put a bit of pressure because you want that back again. You know, like last year when me and Tommy and Brad come through there, and everyone was cheering and we're revving the bikes like it was something like you've not really experienced much, except like maybe a little bit of a British GP back in the day, but like nothing probably to this scale. So I guess it does add a little bit of pressure, and everyone here wanting you to do good, but at the same time we sort of know what we can do, and if we all ride well on our day, I think we are still the team to beat.
We finally found team leader for Team GB this weekend. Tommy, you're back at it. Maybe a surprise to some after a turbulent few weeks, but you're here, your bike's looking sweet, ready to lead Team GB out on the track.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously this event, it's a one-off event, so it's one of those that we get to look forward to all year. And like you said, I had a turbulent couple of weeks, I had a crash, and then last week a big high by winning the British Championship round. And now we're here at Foxhill, so we'll see what this weekend brings.
So on your team, obviously yourself, former world champion, Alessio, former world champion, Ivo as well, a very good rider. So confident coming into the weekend, going for a podium, number one maybe?
Yeah, we come for podium, and we book this team to have a podium. When in February, Chicco called me, hey, we need a big team, and then we try to push to Ivo to come, because he's a good friend for us, and they're riding my whole team last year with Kawasaki, and I called the manager and say, hey, please give me Ivo to the race. They're so surprised that Chicco want to podium, and then he's okay, we try.
Competition-wise, is there anyone you're particularly looking forward to racing against out there?
No, I mean, Ben Townley, you know, he's a legend, and I've always looked up to him from back in the day. Like, I was just cutting my teeth into the pro scene back in 06 and 07 when he was at the pinnacle, you know, and I've always looked up to Ben. And obviously Tommy's here, and he's got more testing and tuning on his bike than the whole AMA paddock combined, so that'll be pretty tough. But again, it's just for shits and giggles. I'm here more for here to have some beers with the fans and kind of take it all in and enjoy England and check out London. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to check off as many bucket list ventures as I can at the moment. So
you're coming in this weekend. You've had a bit of a smack talk online with Tommy Searle, I see. Is that who you're gunning for this weekend?
The smack talking is what I'm good at these days, not the riding. So I stick to the talking.
Obviously, you're in the international team race. We know about Tommy. Is there anyone else you're looking forward to racing against? Some old rivals, maybe?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to just having a rip round with all of them, to be honest. It's I don't think I've raced, a long time. I think Christmas of 23 maybe was the last time I raced, so I'm just looking for. I really enjoy racing. I don't like going practicing or doing any of my own bike work or certainly any training. So just actually to go out and go racing is still a lot of fun for me.
Last year was the result was good, so we not expect to finish second in the overall. And this year we try to make one step more. Not easy, but the team is really consistent, and we do our best to stay in the top.
Team Italy gunning from the number one spot.
Yeah, we want to do that. So number one is I hope we do our best next year to put a 1, 2, 3.
Well, I raced Tommy Searle back when I was back in the day, 10, 15 years ago. Phil, Nicoletti a little bit, Pourcel some, but other than that, no.
Who are you looking forward to banging bars with out on the track this weekend?
Hopefully we don't bang bars too much this weekend, but probably Tommy. We'll see. But if I can push him a little bit, that would be fun for sure. Also Monticelli probably and Philippaerts. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of good guys, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Rivals, what competition are we looking at this weekend? Anyone in particular that you'd like to beat out there?
Obviously my teammate, Tommy. So there's some good guys this year, and I think we're going to have a work cut out, but still, like, you don't get a lot of time on the track, so for even Americans to come over here to this sort of track, it's, we get a little bit of an advantage, but riding here, like, pretty much all our life. I was trying to work out, I think I've probably rode here since 2005 every year, maybe 2 times a year sometimes, so it's quite a lot of laps around here. So yeah, we know it better than the other boys, so hopefully that's a bit of an advantage for us.
I think the competition this year has stepped up a level as well, so there's a lot of competition out there, but I do feel good, and normally once I get out on track and the gate drops, then I feel a little bit better. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Obviously you've got some old rivals coming in. You've got like the Pourcels, the Townley's been talking a bit of smack online as well, so what have you got to say to those guys?
I'm actually really looking forward to racing with all of them. Obviously, there's a lot of legends in our class. You've got Chiodi, that's a world champ, Philippaerts, Townley, Pourcel, so there's 4 world champions, and I think Chiodi has a few world titles in there as well. So there's legends in the race, but then you also have some competitors that are racing me week in, week out in the British Championship, and some that are also doing the same in their national championship. So sometimes they're the faster riders, but I do think the dark horse of the weekend, or 2, I reckon Monticelli will be fast, and I also think Christophe Pourcel, low key, is going very fast, because I just spoke to him a little bit. He's very confident, and he's got the 2-stroke that he rides at home. He doesn't ride too often, but when he does, he rides a 2-stroke. And I just think in general, Christophe Pourcel, one of the most talented riders to ever grace the World Championships and the AMA Championships. So to see him out there, I'm a bit gutted I'm in his race, because I would like to watch how he rides around that track. So I think that the fans are going to get a treat.
The competition this year is fierce, like you say. Tommy, yourself world champion, Pourcel world champion, Townley world champion. Who are you looking forward to racing against the most?
I think Tommy is the leader, no, and he's the guy need to look, and yeah, for sure Townley, for sure Ivo is fast, he's young, he's more young, than, they have a 10 year less than me or 20 year less than Chicco. For sure he's young, but anyway, I think all the rider he pushed to go fast, but all the ride is here also for a show, and this is important.
Do you know what to expect in terms of the size of the crowd? Obviously, there's quite a few people here already on a Friday. Steve came the last couple of years, Steve Mathis, so I know you're quite tight with him. Did he tell you what to expect?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he forewarned me about the hills, but again, like, I've seen him go up the hills at Glen Helen and stuff, and I'm like, you just need to park it, buddy. Like, you don't belong out there. But again, these hills are pretty steep for a guy like Steven and those boys, so I can get what they're saying. But for me, the track looks pretty badass and whatever, so I'm looking forward to it. But as far as the event, I had an idea, but I had no idea it was to its extent. It's unreal. I'm actually baffled, to be honest with you.
Obviously, you had some great success at the real Motocross of Nations back in the day, so are you looking to bring some of that form here to Foxhill?
That form is still back in 2015, mate, a long time ago. No, I won't be bringing in that form. I just want to enjoy it. It's coming out and just being able to still, come to an event like this and race in front of a crowd. That's always fun and enjoyable. I know, a lot of the fans here are really passionate about it, so I'm just looking forward to going out and racing and them being able to enjoy it.
Are you looking to put Team USA on the top of the box this weekend? Is that fair to say?
I mean, that's the goal. I would hope. I think that's my teammates' goal too, but I know that everybody's strong here, and that the Brits probably got a little edge on us here. They won last year, right?
2 years in a row.
2 years. See, we got to take them down. We can't let them 3-peat. So that's the goal. We got to win.
So are you looking for a podium result maybe in the team event?
Yeah, hopefully we can be on the box. And then I've talked to Sipes, and he's ready to go. And then I saw that Nicoletti was a Canadian champion. Yep. So I think we have a good team. And I have the dual citizenship, so we don't have a team France. Yep. So I'm happy to replace Mccanney and then be part of the team. So I think we have our chance.
So are you feeling any pressure to perform for the red, white and blue?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes. But again, it's still supposed to be fun, you know. And there is still a little bit of pressure, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if we can do it between me, Sipes, and I guess Pourcel's my teammate, which he's got a U.S. passport, so that's fine. I mean, Christophe was a hell of a rider as well. Same with Sipesy. So, yeah, we'll see where we stack up at the end of the days.
But no, I don't think team tactics really come into it here. We all go out and do our best. You've got Elliott that always pulls something out of the bag. You've got Brad, who is bad Brad. You know, he does it for his country. He absolutely loves it, and you can always count on Brad. And then I'll go out and do my best as well. So we have a great team. What can you say? You just got to go race now.
It's finally time for the first gate drop of the weekend here at Foxhill for VMXdN. The riders are sizing each other up. Christophe Pourcel leads them onto the line. He was the fastest in qualifying. The revs are up and the gates have dropped. It's a storming start for Brad Anderson on board the YZ250. Cleared the road, tuned machine. Not such a hot start for Ryan Sipes. He's in the mid-pack, as is Stephen Clarke. For the rest of the world team, he's there just behind Tommy Searle. So Searle's not had a great start for Team GB either, but it's Brad Anderson leading the world on lap 1 here. The first lap of the weekend. He's off to a flyer. Meanwhile, Stephen Clarke, he's in 12th position just behind Ben Townley there. That's actually his teammate this weekend. Ivo Monticelli just outside the top 10 for Team Italy. Through the valley for the first time, Anderson leads Pourcel. Phil Nicoletti in 3rd for Team USA. The race is on! We're on board with Ryan Sipes here, and Ben Townley goes for a wild ride. Elliott Banks-Browne is hanging on to that CR250 of his as well. He's in 12th position for Team GB, just ahead of Ryan Sipes. Back to the front we go though. Anderson for Team GB leads the crafty American this weekend, Christophe Pourcel. What a pleasure it is to see the crafty one out there on board his KX250. Back on board with Sipesy for Team USA. There's a bit of carnage at the bottom of the hill, that looks like. Spinks and Martin Barr. Spinks for the Isle of Man team, Martin Barr for Team Northern Ireland. They've hit the deck. That gives a couple of positions to Sipes for Team USA. Back into the valley we come. Anderson letting that YZ250 sing. And the crowd are loving it. This is going to be a battle for the ages here, because Pourcel is on fire already this weekend. He was the fastest in qualifying, like we said, by over 2 seconds actually. So Ando's got his hands full here, but we know he always steps it up for Team GB. Across the line they go, lap 1 complete.
Philippaerts, 2 world champions up against where with Tommy Searle, that we had started round number 1.
Anderson leads Pourcel. David Philippaerts into 3rd now. Phil Nicoletti 4th. Tommy Searle 5th. Danny Mccanney. And then Ivo Monticelli. Through the valley they come. Oh, it's wheel-to-wheel action. Oh, Pourcel nearly loses the front. He sends it around the outside. He's desperate to make a pass on Ando. Fast here. A bit of context. These two came together in qualifying, and Ando wasn't best pleased about it. So he's up for a fight here in Moto 1. Pourcel shows the front wheel there at the top of the hill. But Ando's protecting the inside line. Down they go. Ando's having to play defensive here by the looks of things. So drop down into the valley. Oh, it's wheel to wheel to wheel here at the front. Anderson leads 2 world champions here in Pourcel and Philippaerts.
Nicoletti has the stuff there as well. Then Searle gets to the pit.
Philippaerts is on the rear wheel of Pourcel now, so Pourcel has to ride defensively as well as trying to make attacks on Anderson. Into the penultimate turn, Anderson guards the inside. He'll do the same here in the final turn to complete lap 2 with the lead. Yes, he does. Just look at Ando protect those inside lines. He knows he's got Pourcel breathing down his neck. Look how close it is now. It's Barr between Pourcel and Philippaerts. Nicoletti still 4th, Searle still 5th. A hard charging Ivo Monticelli rounds out the top 6 there. This is awesome. Our top 3 sending it through the valley, throwing it sideways for the fans. Pourcel goes to the outside, leaving it open for Philippaerts, but Pourcel, he's got some great drive up the steps, but Ando closes the door. He's like he's got eyes in the back of his head here. Shuts the door on Pourcel, he says, "Not today, Mr. Pourcel." And he sends it up the hill, hanging on to that Yamaha. This is true British Bulldog style from Brad Anderson here. He's opened a bit of a gap over Philippaerts here, which means he can go back on the offensive. And look at this, Philippaerts back onto the rear wheel of Pourcel. This is insane action here in the first race of the weekend. What a show these guys are putting on. This is why they are certified legends. Ando's going to cross the line to complete the 3rd lap. We're on to lap 4. There's only 2 laps left to go, and Ando's sending it. That back end stepping out. Look at this, wheel to wheel to wheel. And here comes Tommy. Tommy's into 4th now around Nicoletti, and he is on the move. It looks like he's wanting to join this fight for the lead. Oh, it's side by side. Philippaerts going for the move on Pourcel up the inside. But Pourcel has an awesome line around the outside. Slingshots up the hill. Again, he's side by side with Anderson. And Ando shuts the door once again on the Frenchman. Pourcel's been looking good on the downhills. But Anderson once again guards the inside line from the 377, but it is wheel to wheel at the top. Oh, down the hill they go. Christophe round the outside, slingshots up the hill. He's got some great drive here. He's bar to bar with Ando now. Over the far side of the track, Anderson rails the outside line, and here comes Pourcel. It's bar to bar. Anderson hangs on to it. What a show, what a ride from Ando. Pourcel giving him absolutely everything he's got here in Moto 1. Through the valley they go. And Anderson still hanging on to the lead. Look at this. It is bar to bar through the valley. This is epic. Anderson, he's got just over 1 lap to try and hang on to this for Team GB. Into the penultimate turn. On the penultimate lap. Oh, he's gone wide. He's made a mistake going down the step here. Pourcel's got the lead. But Anderson shoves him out of the rut. It's the last lap now. And here comes Philippaerts. What a race. 3 riders around the same turn. And here comes Tommy. 3 riders bar to bar down the big step down. What a show. Anderson once again guarding the inside lines from 2 attacking world champions. This might well be the ride of his life for Ando here. Through the valley he comes, the crowd going wild for the British Bulldog. Anderson, Pourcel, Philippaerts, and where has Tommy Searle come from? Tommy's well in the mix now. He's all over the rear wheel of Philippaerts as they go up the steps. And Monticelli into 5th. Tommy's looking for the move on Philippaerts up the steps, but can't quite make it happen there. Is Pourcel going to try and make the same move again this time around? Or is Anderson just too strong? Pourcel's not quite close enough this time. He's too worried about Philippaerts and Searle, maybe. This is where Pourcel went for the move last time, but he's not close enough on the final lap to try it again. Ando drops into the valley for the final time in Moto 1. Can he hang on to it? There's just a handful of corners left in this race. The crowd are hanging over the fence, cheering on the British Bulldog. It looks like this is going to go Ando's way. There's 2 turns left in it now. Pourcel and Philippaerts are close enough to pull the trigger for one last ditch attempt. Into the penultimate turn. Protects the inside. Down the step. Into the final turn. Anderson's done it. Anderson grabs the win for Team GB. Yes, Ando! Hey. A quick run through that race. Did Pourcel awake a beast this morning?
I got a good start, which you need around here. And Pourcel was pushing us all the way there. We had some right good ding-dang battles. As I say, you've got to use protected lines when Pourcel was that close behind us, which I kept on losing a little bit, then gaining a little bit, and then he used better lines because I was protecting. It's just hard work. And then I seen Philippaerts, he was quite close to us. Those 3 were kind of having a ding-dong all the way through. But no, I'm just pumped. I seen that last lap flag and I was just like, let's have it, come on. One more lap. because there's a few times where Pourcel got us, and then just before the last lap flag, I made a mistake going up the double, and then he turned, and then we were neck and neck, and he passed us, so I had to shunt him to get back in front of him. But I owed him that little shunt of practice, so we squits now. So it'll be interesting to see this second race anyway.
Riders are on the line for race 2. Team GB are on a high after Moto 1. Can they keep it rolling here for the second moto of the weekend? Let's find out. It's a better start for Ryan Sipes this time. He gets nudged in the first turn. Who's going to come out with the lead? It looks like that is Christophe Pourcel. There's some carnage in the back. Ben Townley hits the floor. Not such a great start for Anderson in race 2. But somehow he comes out of turn 2 in 5th place. In 4th place now, he's around Tommy Searle, his teammate. So it's Pourcel leads. Philippaerts second by the looks of things. And Filthy Phil Nicoletti in 3rd. The American is up for it in this one then. He's in 3rd early on. But it's Pourcel leading them through the valley for the first time in this one. Looking for a bit of revenge over Ando and Team GB after a hard-fought Moto 1. There's Tommy, Sipes, Barr, Spinks, and the rest of the pack go through. We're on board with Ando here, and he's hunting down Filthy Phil Nicoletti for Team USA on the Doc Wog built YZ250. Ando himself on the Steve Clitheroe YZ250. Anderson's got the run down the inside of the big hill here. Look at him launch it down there. Stusses up the inside of Nicoletti. It's a drag race up the hill, but it looks like Ando's got the pass complete here, does he? Yes, he does. Shuts the door on Nicoletti to take over 3rd position. Just look at Pourcel, the crafty American this weekend, slicing his way through the valley, keeping the bike low over the jumps here. And Tommy Searle is in an American sandwich with Nicoletti in front and Sipes behind. So Pourcel running away at the front, Philippaerts second, Ando is in 3rd now. Tommy is up to 4th around Nicoletti, who sends it around the outside dust berm. Sipes next, then Spinks and Monticelli charging hard as always for Team Italy. Looks like Anderson's lost the toe on Philippaerts, but Tommy is closing in. You could watch Christophe Pourcel race a motocross bike all day, every day. He is so much fun to watch, so smooth, so stylish. He makes it look so easy. So yes, Tommy Searle is closing in on the rear wheel of his teammate Brad Anderson. It's worth mentioning that Elliott Banks-Browne hasn't had the best of days so far for Team GB.
Pourcel, big start, fine out the gate, got his head down, and pulled that
gap. Tommy is all over the backside of Ando now. Ando looks over, he sees his teammate there. Is he going to pull over and let Tommy through? Tommy's the man on the move at the moment. He's going to let him over, see if Tommy can catch David Philippaerts for 2nd position on the penultimate lap. So that drops Ando into 4th, Tommy up into 3rd. He's maybe the fastest man on the track, so he's looking to try and catch Philippaerts on these last 2 laps. But he's not going to have quite enough time here. We're on to the last lap now. Pourcel is all by himself at the front of the field. What a show from the 377. Tommy Searle, he's not going to be close enough to make a move on Philippaerts then. Pourcel wins, Philippaerts 2nd, Tommy 3rd, and Anderson holds on to 4th, ahead of of a hard-charging Ivo Monticelli. The team standings are going to be so close after that.
The sun has risen here at Foxhill for day 2 of VMXdN, and in the international team race it's all to play for. Currently Team USA lead the way, closely followed by Team Italy and Team GB. It's going to be one hell of a battle for those podium spots. We're getting ready for the gate drop for Moto 3 and I cannot wait. But before that we need to say a big thank you to our channel sponsors for supporting what we do and helping us come to events like this one. So of course that's Pourcel motorcycle oils for all your dirt bike, lubricants, oils, cleaning products, 24MX, Europe's biggest motocross shop for all your dirt bike hard parts, pit products and so much more. And new to the channel, we've got Seat Concepts. If you're looking to freshen up your bike with a new seat, check those guys out. They've got some awesome handmade seats produced in the USA. And finally, of course, O'Neill, they support us in what we do as well. Check out all of the sponsors in the description down below. Now, let's go racing.
Team GB started the weekend strong, but they've fallen down to 3rd position in the standings because of the consistency and strength of Team Italy and Team USA. Moto 3 here will set the stage for an epic finale. Team GB are hoping to climb back on top. The gates have dropped. Who's going to emerge with the early race lead? It's not going to be Anderson, that's for sure. Is it Pourcel? No, it's Glen McCormick. For Team Northern Ireland, the lone Northern Irish rider out in this one. He lost Martin Barr yesterday to an injury, and Bradshaw opted not to race Moto 3 here. So McCormick leads the way ahead of Christophe Pourcel, and that looks like Stephen Clarke for the rest of the world team in 3rd, Nicoletti. And then the 2 Italians, Monticelli and Philippaerts up in the mix, as is Ben Townley this time. Good to see the Kiwi up there. And then it's Brad Anderson in 8th position for Team GB. So Team GB not with the greatest of starts here. It's Northern Ireland leading Team USA, then the rest of the world, then USA again, and then the 2 Italians. Where's Tommy? Tommy's a couple of spots behind Ando, maybe in about 10th position. But early on, lap 1, it looks like Ryan Sipes has had an issue for Team USA, so that is not good news for the Americans. Likewise, Elliott Banks-Browne has had some problems as well, so he's out of the moto for Team GB. This is falling into the hands of the Italians by the looks of things in race 3 here, as we watch Brad Anderson bar to bar with Townley up the hill, closes the door to take over 7th position. He's now got Ivo Monticelli ahead of him. McCormick still leads the way ahead of Pourcel. Glen having an awesome ride here in Moto 3. Philippaerts 3rd. Oh, look at that move. Monticelli pulls the trigger on Scuba Steve Clarke to take over 5th position. And now Anderson's looking to follow suit. As lap 1 draws to a close. Across the line they go. Ando wants to make a move on Steve as quickly as he possibly can here to follow Monticelli through. Can't let the Italian escape. These are vital points here. Meanwhile, at the front, McCormick still leads Pourcel, Nicoletti and Philippaerts battling here. Pourcel making a move for the lead. He makes it stick. Nicoletti defends against Philippaerts. Monticelli goes through on his own. There's Steve and Anderson battling. And now Tommy Searle clips the back end of Spinks and he goes down. Disastrous for Team GB. Banks-Browne is already out of it and now Tommy hits the deck. So it's all on Ando in this one. He's got to try and score as many points as he possibly can to keep Team GB in the hunt. And look at this, down the bottom of the hill. Anderson goes for the move on Clarke. And on the left there, you can see Ryan Sipes looking down at his bike. So Sipesy, he's out of it. But that was a nice move from Ando on Steve there. Oh, what's Monticelli up to? His hands off the bar, but he seems to be back on the pace now. As lap 2 comes to an end. So Anderson all over the rear wheel of the Italian, Ivo Monticelli. They battle for 5th. But Pourcel commands the lead over McCormick. Nicoletti still hanging on to 3rd here. Tommy way down in the mid-pack after that tumble. He's trying to claw back as many positions as he can to salvage something for Team GB. But as of right now, it's the Americans and the Italians who will be duking it out for the victory then. Ando's lost the toe on Monticelli a little bit through the first half of this lap. He's got a good run up the hill, closing back in on the Italian, and they're catching the group ahead. That's McCormick, Philippaerts and Phil Nicoletti. There's Pourcel, our race leader. McCormick defending Nicoletti and Philippaerts. And then Ando around the outside, he's sending it, look at that, lighting up the back wheel. Slingshotting up the hill. He's got the inside on Monticelli. But Monticelli says, not this time, mate, try again. Down they go. Ando's being roosted there. So vision might play a part in the last half of this race. Pourcel leads. McCormick still there in 2nd. Philippaerts now 3rd. He's made a move around Nicoletti. And then Monticelli's caught the rear wheel of the American. And Brad Anderson is lurking as well in 6th position. Philippaerts into 2nd. McCormick's dropping down. He's been passed by Nicoletti and now Monticelli as well. On the last lap flag is out. Pourcel a nice comfortable lead over Philippaerts. Nicoletti 3rd, Monticelli 4th, McCormick 5th, and then Brad Anderson on the last lap. He's hunting down the Irishman. These are vital points here at the front of the field. The teams can drop their worst results, so Team GB aren't out of the equation yet. They can drop Elliott's ride here, his DNF. But they need Ando to climb as high as he possibly can, and 5th place is definitely a possibility here. As he hunts down the CR 250 of Glen McCormick for Team Northern Ireland. Here comes Ando, lighting up the back wheel around the outside again. He loves that line, slingshotting up the big hill here at Foxhill. outside of Glen. Can't make the move stick there. He's only got a handful of chances left to make a pass stick. Oh, and he's been roosted. So we're going to have to wait in suspense to see whether Ando can steal fourth away from Glen McCormick. Christophe crosses the line in first, Philippaerts second, Nicoletti third, Monticelli fourth, and Anderson brings it home in fifth.
Oh, that was tough. Not the best of starts. One bit of bar banging at the first corner. Came through a little bit. I was in about ninth. And just passed McCormick on the last couple of corners there for fifth. So it was to work for. I caught the others up, but when I got behind McCormick, it took a little bit of time to get past him. Them other two broke away a little bit, but the speed was there. So hopefully I can just get out this gate this last race and try and be up front again.
Race 3 threw a spanner in the works for Team GB. They need a miracle now if they want to win this. The Americans also had a DNF, so they cannot afford another bad result here in the final moto of the weekend. The Italians, they're sitting pretty. They've been so consistent all weekend long. They've got one hand on this trophy already, but there's still a lot of racing left to go. Fourth moto is about to get underway. The revs are up and the gates are down. Then Townley with a flying start, but there's carnage in the first turn. Who's going to emerge with the race lead? It's Brad Anderson for Team GB. Ando leads Pourcel and Townley. Stephen Clarke up in the mix as well for the rest of the world team. This disaster for the Italians. Monticelli down on the first turn and bike problems for Alessio Chiodi. It's all drama here in the final moto of the weekend. The Italians having their first bit of bad luck in the most vital race of the weekend. But it's Anderson leading them into the valley, leading the world, leading the crafty one in this final moto. So it's Anderson, Pourcel, Townley, Clarke, Banks-Browne's up there for Team GB, and Tommy Searle around the outside. He's sending it early, and this one sideways up the steps. Banks-Browne looking good on board the Cliff Row CR 500. He switched bikes for this one after some problems with the CR 250. Clarke here in fourth position. Swallowed up by Tommy Searle, who steals away the spot. So Tommy into fourth, Clarke into fifth. And here comes Elliott Banks-Browne charging hard as well. He's looking to make a move on Clarke. Down the hill they go. Ando leads, Pourcel, Townley, then Searle in fourth. Clarke hanging on to fifth with a hard charging Elliott Banks-Browne just behind him in sixth position. Elliott makes the move. So this is by far his best ride of the weekend so far. Ando leads. And Tommy Searle looking to make the move on Townley for third. He makes it happen as they launch up the hill. So Tommy into third now. Team GB in first and third. Team USA holds second place with Christophe Pourcel. Through the valley they come. Where are Nicoletti and Sykes? We know Monticelli's at the back of the pack. We know Chiodi's at the back of the pack. So Team USA could really capitalise here. But at the moment it's all about Team GB, who lead the way with Brad Anderson. Closes out lap one with the lead. It's Ando, Pourcel, Searle in third. Absolutely adore Brad Anderson because he does things like this when it's most needed. Searle's got a hot line around the outside there. Townley still hangs on to fourth position. Then it's Elliott Banks-Browne, Philippaerts, first sign of Philippaerts, he's looking to make a move on Steve Clarke, but Steve is being stubborn. Oh, Christophe Pourcel launches it down the hill. He's looking to make a move on Ando for the race lead. To drag race up the hill. And it's incredible drive from Anderson. He pulls away from Christophe a little bit there. Pourcel's had a taste of the Ando medicine this weekend, so I should think he's learned how to ride against Ando, how to race against the British Bulldog. He tried to make a move here in this section in race 1, but he's being patient this time. Through the valley. Pourcel keeps it low. Look at the drive. He gets on the line in that jump and he scrubs past Anderson to take away the race lead from the British Bulldog. What a move from Christophe Pourcel to take over the race lead. That was incredible. And just look at that bike skill. Around this right-hander up the hill. Just watch this here. That is just incredible stuff from Christophe Pourcel. He's loving life on this track here. It's quite a French-style track, being as hard-packed as it is. So he's definitely enjoying himself out there this weekend on his stock KX250. Pourcel, Anderson, Searle. Searle closing in on Ando then. So Searle looks like he's dropped his lap time. He's scrubbing it low through the valley. He's got this outside line here, remember. Carries some great speed up through the steps. Townley still 4th. Then it's Elliott, Steve, Philippaerts, Spinks, Nicoletti, and the rest go through. And look at this, Monticelli, where has he come from? What a ride from Ivo Monticelli here, coming from dead last. He's well in the mix of it now. Meanwhile, back at the front is Pourcel running away with it. Whilst Team GB battle amongst themselves, Ando versus Searle here. Searle looking for a move around the outside, but Ando is not rolling over this side. They drop down to the valley floor. Tommy looking for the same move that Pourcel did. Whoa, look at that! What a scrub from Tommy, keeping it low, whipping it past Ando with a bit of style. That was pretty sick from Tommy, to be fair. So Tommy Searle into 2nd position now. Can he chase down Pourcel? Does he have enough time left in this moto? Just over 2 laps left to go, and Tommy whipping it down the hill this time. So Tommy's looking keen for it. He's looking to hunt down the 2006 MX2 World Champion. Nando is going to settle for 3rd, I think, in this one. What a weekend for the British Bulldog, though. And there's the gap between Pourcel and Searle. Searle scrubbing through the valley once again. Might well be the fastest man on the track at the moment. Banks-Browne looking to make a move on Townley. Look at this, Monticelli all over the rear wheel of Nicoletti now, so Monticelli is charging hard, charging through the pack, trying to rescue this for Team Italy. Philippaerts looking to make a move on Steve Clarke as well. Meanwhile, ahead of Clarke, Banks-Browne was all over Ben Townley, the 2004 MX2 World Champion. And Elliott pulls the trigger up the hill to make the pass on the Kiwi rider here. But Ben is fighting back. Can he grab the position back? No, Elliott shuts the door. Elliott has hold of 4th position now. Townley into 5th. Clarke still in 6th with a hard charging David Philippaerts all over his rear wheel. You can hear the Italian there, making life difficult for Clarke. Philippaerts up the inside of Steve. Oh, and he gives him a bit of an elbow there to take over 6th position. That was an aggressive move. Philippaerts not messing about. He cuts away, cuts down to take the position away from Townley. So Philippaerts, 2 passes in 2 corners. And look at this line up here as they drop down into the valley. They're queuing up now. Clarke looking to make a move on Townley, cuts across. The Kiwi scrubs it. Can he make a move stick here at the bottom of the valley? Not quite. Townley still fighting hard on board his YZ 250. Clarke's got the inside line though into the penultimate turn. He outbrakes Townley to take over the position. So Clarke back into 6th place now, behind David Philippaerts, who's attacking Elliott Banks-Browne as this last lap begins. Pourcel is alone at the front. Tommy Searle hasn't quite got what it takes to close down that gap on the incredible Christophe Pourcel, the crafty one. What a weekend, what a ride. What a pleasure it's been to have him here at VMXdN 2025. Back to this fight though. Monticelli, he's around Townley. So these positions, these points are so vital for the team event, for the team standings. Philippaerts looking to claw back some final points for Team Italy, as is Monticelli. Because Philippaerts has made the move on Banks-Browne then, so that's another point for Team Italy. And one less for Team GB. For the final time though, Christophe Pourcel drops into the valley. He makes his way past the crowd one last time, gives them a wave. A well-earned victory for the 377 machine. And then Tommy Searle, great to see him finish on a high here at Hernando. His legend continues to grow here at this event. He's in 3rd. But back to the fight. Philippaerts leads Banks-Browne, and Clarke looking to make a move on Elliott up the hill, and Monticelli is right there behind them as well. So Monticelli could get a buy one get one free offer here, past 2 Englishmen and 1, but Clarke fights back, he protects his position and protects Elliott's position as well. What a race to the finish, to the flag here. Clarke's looking to make a move on Banks-Browne. 2 CR500s drag racing through the valley floor. Elliott closes the door on Clarke here. He's going to hang on to it by the looks of things. Philippaerts will be 4th, Elliott is in 5th, Clarke is 6th, and they're fending off Ivo Monticelli in 7th position. This is going to be so tight in terms of the team standings. Pourcel wins, Searle will be 2nd. Ando crosses the line in 3rd. And then it's Philippaerts in 4th, Banks-Browne in 5th, Stephen Clarke in 6th. And believe it or not, after 4 epic motos and 12 individual results, it's a tie. Team Italy and Team USA tied on points, but Team USA take the victory courtesy of more moto wins.
Talk about your first VMXdN experience.
I mean, we won, so Team USA won, and we tied with Italy. So, well, I mean, crazy weekend. The fans were amazing. The track was a little bit dusty the first day, but second day was perfect, and we had a lot of fun. It was difficult for me to ride because I have not trained for like about a year or 2. But I did well, so I'm surprised. And yeah, thanks to all of the fans that came over today.
Awesome weekend. A lot of fun anyway. The racing's way more serious than I thought it was going to be, but that was cool, man. It made me get in the zone, and definitely first 3 races didn't ride. I rode okay, but I pumped up pretty bad. That last moto, I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And for 1 lap, I felt like me, and passed some good guys and was making my way up, but tipped over a couple times. Of course, arms blew up, and I couldn't hang on after that. So a little bummed on myself for that, for losing so many points in that last race, because if I would have just kind of put around and stayed up, we'd done better. But that's not how we roll. We go for it, So I wanted to win, and but great times. The fans are awesome. This race, the whole atmosphere is cool, and the bikes were amazing. Great times. I hope to get to come back.
Just sum up your VMXdN, your first VMXdN experience for us.
It was a wild ride, dude. I feel like I've lived 10 lives going over the past 2 days. So glad I could survive the weekend so I can enjoy my beer. But yeah, I think Team USA won it. I'm pretty sure it come down to a tie, and then with Pourcel getting 2 moto wins, it kind of helps us. But yeah, track was not fun to be in the back of the pack with, but the crowd was awesome. Fans were great. It's a really cool event. 2 strokes, beers, you know, fans, old washed-up riders like myself. Like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So hopefully, come back next year.
Dirt bikes. It's the greatest drug in the world, and to come out here and race vintage bikes, it's pretty unbelievable. But I do have to give it up to my U.S. holding passport, Christophe Pourcel, because if it wasn't for him, I think the Italians might have possibly won. But I'll say this until next year. Nice try.
Better get to run, and our time is running.